We started the webinar sometime in June, if I remember, yeah, sometime in June. And we've had sessions cover different spheres, really. We've had sessions covering about leadership. We've had sessions talking on corporate ethics and governance. We've had sessions on finance literacy. We've had sessions on network building, relationship building. So we've covered quite a number of topics in the last few months. This is the last month of 2024, December. And what way to end it than delve and dwell on a topic that, that really speaks to everybody, right? Stress management. To do justice to this, we have Dr. May. So before we proceed, let me introduce myself. My name is Akunda Ajayi, and I am with the NESG Academy. So today we are having Dr. Maymunah Yusuf Kadiri, also known as Dr. May, popularly known as Dr. May. We also call her the shrink doctor. Yeah, if I'm correct. So please indulge me to just read a little profile about Dr. May, so we have an idea of, all that she's accomplished, quite a summary. And in the course of the webinar session, I would share the full profile of Dr. May so you can read more and see all that she has accomplished over the last 20 years, I believe, that she has, taken this up, everything regarding mental health. So brief summary about Dr. May. She is widely known as a celebrity shrink, and then people call her Dr. May. If you don't want to call her Dr. Maymunah in full. She's an awarding mental health physician, advocate, and coach with nearly 2 decades of experience in psychiatry. She serves as the medical director and psychiatrist in chief at Pinnacle Medical Services, a leading mental health center in Nigeria renowned for innovative approaches to psychological care. Her expertise spans through trauma counseling, neurofeedback, and psychotherapeutic techniques, positioning her as a sought-after psychiatrist both globally and locally. Dr. Kadiri is a passionate advocate for mental health literacy, founding Pinnacle Health Radio, Africa's premier online health radio, and the non-profit Pinnacle Medical Speak Out initiative, which promotes mental health awareness. Her accolades include recognition among Africa's 100 most inspiring women by leading ladies and the most influential people of African descent Health and Wellness edition in 2023. As a prolific author and public speaker, Dr. Kadiri has written the best-selling book, Deep Expression and Conveying the Mental Health Conference, a premier platform for advocacy and education. Our entrepreneurial efforts include pioneering employee assistance programs in Nigeria and driving mental health technology solutions. Dr. Kadiri's leadership extends to schools and workplaces where she champions programs addressing adolescent mental health, employee productivity, and workplace conflicts. Her contributions have earned her global affiliations with organizations such as the American Psychiatric Association and the International Society for Neurofeedback and Research. When she's not advancing mental health initiatives, Dr. Kadiri enjoys to travel. She enjoys innovation and she enjoys fashion. I mean, that one I can really speak about. She loves to look good. She's married with 3 children. She continues to impact lives through her unwavering commitment to breaking mental health stigma and fostering well-being worldwide. Like I said, it's quite a huge profile, and I would share that on the chat room in the course of the program. I didn't want to, take the most of our time, with the profile. So in a world where we are trying to manage stress, where we're trying to maintain mental wellness, it's become something that is increasingly important over time. Dr. May will share insights, into achieving balance in our personal and professional lives, as well as the practical strategies for managing stress and emotions effectively. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. May. You can just, clap your hands, virtual clap. That would be really nice. Welcome, Dr. May. It is such an honor, right, to have you here. I really, really do appreciate you. So yeah, you have the floor, ma. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon if you are in Nigeria. Good morning, good evening, depending on the part of the world you are in. It's an honor to be here, and I can see some of my people, they've joined in online. Please nudge somebody beside you, send the link to someone that will benefit from this. I'm not here to preach the regular gospel on stress management. I'm here to script your 2025 and beyond, how productive it should be. And it lies in you to understand that success has a blueprint. Stress management has a blueprint, and you can do it. You have to be intentional. You have to be consistent. And most importantly, self-discipline will get you to where you want to be. While you are staying in the present, it's good to take the pebbles of the past to build the future you want, the future you deserve, and the future you want to see happen. So today is a webinar, but I'm going to let you know it's a workshop. So get your paper and get your pen, and let's script your 2025 to be a very productive year. My name, like what Ekundayo said, is Dr. Maymunah Yusuf Kadiri. I create safe spaces in normalizing mental health conversations because I believe in helping people seek mental health care, so no one is left behind. Everybody deserves a life that is free from challenges, but we know that these challenges also help us build resilience. Life is to be enjoyed, not really endured. So we're going to get right into our discussion. And like I said, nudge somebody around you, send them messages to come and join us online. Get your own paper and pen. Let us script this message for a more productive year for your personal and, of course, your professional career. Stress management seems to be, a thing that we talk about. Like I said, it's not going to be your regular stress management training. I'm going to leave this. Our brick-and-mortar hospital is Pinnacle Medical Services. We've been operating for the past 13 years. Next year will be 14. We have almost 50 staff, and we are located here in Lekki, Lagos. But our services span globally, because we also have the telemedicine platform, HowBody, which I'll talk about later. My mandate is normalizing mental health conversations by building a culture of compassion. I strongly believe with a culture of compassion, it's easy for people to speak up and speak out, and also encourage help-seeking behavior. With a culture of compassion at home, in the offices, and of course, generally in the society, people will feel safe enough to express themselves without them being judged, without them being criticized, and most importantly, without us being apostolic towards them when they share their challenges. My driving force is to live, to learn, and to impact generations positively. And this is exactly why I am here on this platform. In everything I'm going to say today, my social media platforms all over, they are the best places for you to get all this information. What I'm going to say today has been said in virtually all my platforms: my YouTube page, my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, Trends, X-Space, wherever you want to, in fact, TikTok. That's why I have fun. I have a lot of fun on TikTok. It's a very fun place, right? So this is one place, wherever you think you are comfortable with, follow me on those platforms, because everything I'm going to say today here has been said in one of two of these other places. So I want to still remind you, nudge that your neighbor, send this link to other people, get your own paper and pen, because you are here for a ride. The message I want to pass across today is that stress has a blueprint. If you are just joining, this is the message for you. If you've been here, this is also the message for you. Understand that stress has a blueprint. Understanding these triggers will help you design effective coping strategies. You can never resolve what you don't understand. You can never manage what you don't know. And when you know what your triggers are, it's easy, it's doable. You are able to do it yourself, or you seek help from other people, or you outsource, or you delegate, whatever way. But this is the message I want to let you know. If you are not taking anything away from this program today, know that stress has a blueprint. And let's script that your 2025 and beyond, how productive you're going to be and more. So before we get into the crux of the matter, why are you stressed right now? please put it on the platform, chat. Like I said, I'm not going to be here to talk to you people. No, no, no. Let's make it conversational. Let's have fun while learning. And that is stress management. A lot of us, we have to also, everything is also all tight, Like I said, life is to be enjoyed, not endured. As part of the stress management, let us start practicing it with ourselves. Let's have fun on this webinar while we are learning. So what is stressing you What is stressing you out right now? Why are you even stressed? Could it be work overload? Could it be health concern, relationship issues, personal issues, financial insecurity, other room matters, because that's a big issue, or trouble with your employers or co-workers, just being in Nigeria, or if nothing here resonates with you, then what is it that is stressing you out now? If I get like 2, 3 comments, then we'll move on. So why are you stressed right now? We'll just leave this for just a minute and then just go on. I can see the comment section and I know nobody has dropped anything. Or if there is anything in the comment section, why are you stressed right now? I know what's stressing me out right now. It's holiday period. There's a whole lot. Salaries will be paid soon. There are other challenges. I'm just saying one comment, financial burden. Everybody is on that table. Everybody. In fact, we need serious admin to take over the WhatsApp group, right? Please drop your concerns here. Yeah, financial burden. I'm also saying financial clarity on direction. Interesting. That's interesting. So there's something you want, and you want direction, and you want clarity. Family is stressed. We can say that again. With this holiday period, everybody, in-laws, in fact, there's a whole lot. There's so much that we know that what can really stress. And the truth is that we are not here to bash anyone at all. Literally, let people be free to express themselves. My career path isn't working out. I have planned, as I have planned. That's another thing. So, and then it's coming to the end of the year, New Year's coming, and then you are just like, okay, what next? What do I need to do? Where do I need to go to? Should I still stay here and then deal? The remuneration, is it what the stress? There's a whole lot that, a lot of people can just think that, have in their mind what is stressing them out. We can't seem to send messages to the general, okay? So Ekunda, please correct that. Somebody said they can't seem to send message to the general group. So please help see to that. Someone said help consign. Yeah, please. So she's doing that and she will. So these are some of the things that could be stressing us out right now. I know, like I said, know what is stressing me out. But one thing that I saw that was more prominent on the chart was financial burden. And truly, a lot of us are on that table, but how do we just get way around it? So let us go on so that we can just, like I said, our message is stress has a blueprint. Let's find out what the blueprint is. Why you are stressed with one or more of those factors that I highlighted before now, it's good for us to show ourselves self-compassion. We have to be more compassionate to ourselves. Some of us are too harsh. You talk down yourself. You are always questioning your being. You are always, talking ill of yourself. I'm just imagining you say, I'm talking to myself, Dr. May, you are stupid. So maybe you didn't make the right decision, Dr. May. No. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to show yourself self-compassion, kindness. If there's any muscle you should strive to develop now, is a triple muscle of kindness, empathy, and compassion. And let it start with yourself. Be kind to yourself so that you know what it feels for when people show you kindness. Be kind to yourself so that you can be able to be kind to other people. Self-compassion is very, very, very important. Self-love is also very important. You deserve care and kindness. Repeat these phrases to yourself during difficult times. You've just shared to us what is stressing you out. And then you are nasty bashing yourself. It's because I made this decision. It's because, do you know sometimes when you make good decision, you can be sad afterwards? Studies have even backed that up. So don't be too harsh to yourself. Other interventions you can use, like I said, this is a stress management workshop. It's not a webinar. So I'm here to bombard you with a lot of activities and interventions that you can begin to start using, teach people around you, incorporate it into your day-to-day life so that you can have better days, months, and years ahead. So while you I talk about kindness, compassion, and empathy, you can also practice what we call deep diaphragmatic breathing, or simply called deep breathing. Something that can calm you down, something that can make you relax instantly. It's not going to take away that stressor, trust me, what I'm saying, but it's going to make you more logical in reasoning what is the next step to take. It's going to take your mind away from that emotional zone where you can do something that will be disastrous to yourself and the people around you. So it takes you to that logical zone where you can ask, okay, now I know I have financial burden. I understand how much I'm owing. I know I have responsibilities to do. What's next? What do I need to do? Can my salary do that? Can this do this? Who is owing me? Let me go and fight. Do I need a debt manager to help me? Do I need a lawyer? It takes you are now more logical on how to resolve that financial, challenge and concern. And we are going to talk about this along the way before we go into our Q&A. So a good way is the deep diaphragmatic breathing, which is you breathing in through your nostrils, counting up to 4. So you breathe in through your nose, count up to 4, hold your breath, count up to 7, and breathe out through your mouth and count up to 8. You continue to do that until you feel more relaxed. And then you can then take a decision that would work for you, that will be beneficial to you, that will make you more, that will help in your both personal and professional life. Not necessarily like just boom, rush into it, then you then realize that it was a mistake and then you didn't know what to do. So this will really help you. Another technique you can use is what we call the grounding technique. It grounds you. Just the way people will say, sit on the ground. So it's the word ground. It grounds you. And this makes use of 5 sensory modalities. So it's not something out of space. It's making use of your eyes, your hands, your ears, your nostrils, and your mind, your heart. So it's important for us to understand that when you are stressed like that, a lot of times the anxiety level has gone up. Sometimes fear will come in, doubt and all that. When you ground yourself, it takes your mind away from that stressful zone to come into that logical zone. And then you can now look at, okay, what are my triggers? What is stressing me out? What do I need to do? What strength do I have? Can I do it myself? Do I need to reach out to somebody to do that for me? That is what this grounding technique teaches you. So when you stress out like that, look around you. So wherever you are now, look around you. What are the 5 things you can see? Look at them, name them. If you're in a place where people are, you cannot speak out before they start asking what is wrong with you. Say it in your mind. We are very quick to Titi, this one you're talking to yourself. I hope all is well, right? So speak, say it in your mind. So what are the 5 things around you? I'm quickly scanning around now. I've seen 5 things, right? Then what are the 4 things around you you can touch and feel the texture? For you that you can't move where you are right now, whatever you are wearing, you can actually touch it, just the way I'm doing. And you feel the texture. Likewise, if you are somewhere that you can't move around, just look around you. If you can move around, perfect, move around. It's taking your mind away from that stressful zone into a more logical zone, calmer zone for you to take the next step. Then 3 things you can hear. 3 things you can hear. Pay attention. That now means that you are going to be quiet within you, because you can't tell people around you to be quiet if you are around people, but you can hear somebody moving, you can hear the AC on, you can hear somebody laughing, you can hear, what are those 3 things you can hear? There are 2 things you can perceive. Your cologne, your perfume, somebody else's home. Some people are smelling food now, some people are smelling something else. I hope it's not body odor. I pray you don't, And then lastly, one thing you love about yourself. But if you have something around you can taste, one thing you can taste. It's not everybody that has something that they can taste. That's why I added one thing you love about yourself. So when you feel stressed out like that, these are quick interventions. You are in traffic as well at this period. Something is where you cannot leave your car or carry your car on your head. So you can do the diaphragmatic breathing. You can do the grounding technique, something that will keep you calm, so that you won't just go and bash somebody's car. That is basic financial issue that you already have. You now add another one. No. So the 4-7-8 technique, deep breathing technique, or the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique, they are beautiful. They are awesome. Teach your children. Teach your co-workers that are not here. Teach your spouses if they are not here. These are things that you can, imbibe in your day-to-day life. Sometimes people say, Dr. May doesn't get angry. Who told you that? I wasn't wired that way, but I had to rewire, myself to say, look, anger is not going to solve this problem. Dr. May, take a deep breath, and then let me come back constructively and deal with this issue and talk to you, maybe with constructive criticism, or sit you down, let you know what you did to me. It's not, I don't like it. But immediately I answer, there's a problem. So these are two powerful techniques you can use. But you see something about life, right? When we're talking about stress management, on how to improve your personal and professional, life, that we have an expectation. And people sometimes think that when you put in the hard work, these days we talk about smart work, you expect to be successful. No, behind that success, there are lots of issues, problems, setback, challenges, failure, obstacle. So when you are also managing yourself, what are those things, with your expectation versus your reality? These problems are going to come in. The challenges, the setback, the obstacles, how are you going to manage it in achieving that success that you want to get? Like I said, our message for this program is stress has a blueprint, and we are going to deep dive into that. And when you look into this, you find out that this is just the normal life. We have 8 billion people on earth. The world is not going to end because you are being stressed or you have challenges. But what are you going to do? And if you're a Nigerian on this platform, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Our biggest stressor is the word Nigeria. I've been to some forums and they're like, oh, why are you talking about the fact? I said, no, this is very relatable. It's not to belittle Nigeria, because we have that whole discussion online right now about, being patriotic. No, this is just for teaching purpose, just for us to understand that you are in Nigeria and being in Nigeria, living in Nigeria, breathing Nigeria. I'm a very patriotic Nigerian. In fact, you can even see, like literally, most of my traces are Nigeria. I talk. I don't even see any country that is better than us. I know we have challenges, we will get better. But our biggest stressor is this one. Just to let you know, if we're talking about stress management, let it start from home. Naira devaluation. How much is $1 to Naira today? Insecurity, banditry, and kidnapping is not allowing some of us to go home for this December period. And you have been doing that over time, but in recent times, you don't want to be kidnapped and your family be asked for ransom. And sometimes you may not even leave even after paying ransom. Just 2 months ago, we had a doctor that was kidnapped in December last year. She was just released after 10 months. Imagine, and she has children, husband, family members, how traumatized she was. Then, of course, government policies that are not in tandem with our realities. We are seeing a lot of changes. I'm like, what is happening with us? What is this? Inflation, yeah. Ban A, ban B, electricity. Sometimes it can be a mess. We are being told that this we have to, suffer now that we would enjoy later. We really hope and pray that. Electricity issues. How many of us in this forum now have 24-hour light? We know what it is. It's not everybody that's enjoying that. And if you're enjoying that, you know what you're paying through your nostrils. When you go outside the country, you see them switching off the light. Why did you put on the light? It has come to us. So before, you be in one room, you put AC and light in the other room and be doing anyhow. The economy has helped us to reset our brains. You cannot be doing anyhow. You do anyhow, you collect water. So you have to know and receive sense. Road networks that are poor, small rain, there's traffic everywhere. And so all these, inflation, the next eye, your 100,000 is baby like 10,000 Naira now. Nobody stole your money. You're in the market, you are buying things like, why is this bag not full now? Is this what I've spent my 100,000 Naira for? It is. And when you look at all these things collectively, there's so much anger in the land. People, they vex. You see 2 cars inside, in traffic, their windows are wind up, they are inside AC, they are causing one another. They are not hearing one another, but they are vexing. So it's our biggest stressor, but that doesn't mean that in all these challenges, there are no opportunities. In all these challenges, we cannot manage our stressors. So how do you manage those stressors? This is where it is. So when you are stressed, you see how it is, the naira devaluation, the insecurity, the government policies that are not attending with our realities, the electricity issues, poor road networks, inflation, and anger. But let's bring it home. Anytime you use the word, I'm stressed, there's something going on. In fact, the reason why you see the doctors go to the pharmacy, call your pastor or imam to pray for you is the fact that you feel stressed. And you may not really know what is stressing you out. And I've been able to help us break it down. So when you use that word, you cannot check the STRESSED. Okay, it could be this, it could be that, or it's only this. You cannot design a blueprint for managing stress if you don't even know what is stressing you out. No. So we use the word, but we are overwhelmed because we don't really know what exactly is stressing us out. So the first S in stress is self. Some of us we are the ones stressing ourselves. Nobody is putting pressure on us. We are the ones stressing yourself. Your neighbor has bought a Benz, GLE, 350 or 550, depending. And you're like, I have to also buy Benz. Means if I'm a top executive in my management, let me also buy. It's not by buying Benz, so brothers and sisters. Can you manage Benz? Some of us, we quietly went to Toyota rather, because even roadside people can help us manage our stress. Because that one, you go for computer check, that check, one small thing, 1 million, another small thing, 5 million. Sometimes the car will be grounded for 2-3 months. You'll now be using one big character. Your neighbor's child is in one of these high bougie schools. You are telling yourself, oh, my child has, see, do what is you can do. Ekundayo now he has posted online now. She's in Bora Bora. She's here with us. Maybe it's a picture that she posted, the place she went to in 2019, even before COVID, and she posted it. Her followers are like, hey, this holiday, can you imagine this? Where she said, no. You're putting stress on yourself. Or that comparison. Call a walk. You receive sense. Before Nigeria will carry you go where you don't know. And social media. No. So you could be the one stressing yourself. The trauma in stress is not about trauma, because we've all been traumatized at one point or the other in our lives. The issue is unresolved traumas. Because when you are dealing with unresolved traumas, you bleed on people that didn't hurt you. Why? Hurt people. So we need to understand what is traumatizing us, and we have to deal with those unresolved traumas. For those that have children are being used as scapegoats. Those of you that have employees, your employees are used as scapegoats. Those of you that are bosses in the office, you are using your subordinate as scapegoats. You are just screaming and shouting and many idiot, foolish. You're traumatized. Go deal with your issues. If you need professional help, seek professional help. Go for therapy. Go for counseling. Resolve your traumas one at a time.
Okay, I believe she's having network issues. Let's give her a minute.
Something went wrong.
Yes, ma'am. We lost you for a bit. Yes.
I'm surprised. That is strange. That's why when you're on webinar, you have to have like 2-3 different networks. So I was just quickly going to change to another network. But I'm happy I'm back. And are we on? Can you see my slides? Are we
Yes,
good?
we can.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
so sorry for that break in transmission. It just means that some of you may need to just go take water or get up and stretch, but we don't hope for any break in transmission anytime soon again. So please just indulge us. So I was talking about economic and financial issues, right? Was that where you lost me, or relationship?
I think it was still the point of traumatic life events.
Traumatic life events. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. So like I said at that point, I talked about that it's not about the trauma you experience, it's the unresolved traumas, because hurt people. You bleed on people that didn't hurt you. So please go deal with your traumas. If you need professional help, go for therapy, go for counseling, and get that help that you deserve. Like I will repeat it again. Life is to be enjoyed, not endured. There's already enough chaos in the world. Why do you want to just keep being in that default survival mode when you can work to thrive and flourish? Relationship issue is another big stressor that we experience. And like I said, a lot of women experience this a lot, notwithstanding men also do experience that. But we need to understand that relationship issues can send us to the south. Relationship issues with yourself, with people around you, whether at home, whether in the workplace, has to be healthy. The moment there's toxicity in that environment, there's toxicity in that relationship, I don't know why you are still there. Move, you are not a tree. Down with people with long hands, make sure that people in your circle of influence are people that will be good for your sanity. Economic and financial challenges were the major points that we put in the chat when I asked, why are you stressed right now? And I know that you are not alone. We are all in that WhatsApp group. We need a very strong admin that will be giving us, sharing some money from time to time, say, Dr. May, I think you need this, just take this. Or Dr. May, you need this recommendation. Something that will just ease our financial issues, right? And this one thing I'm going to talk about along as we go along. It could be school or work that's stressing you. Some of you are schooling, likewise working. Some of you may just be the work environment. I remember a tweet last year that said, I'd rather take a job of 150,000 in Abuja as against 650,000 in Lagos. And the whole whatever, there was bashing. How can you say that? This lady knew what she was saying. She knows, look, my mental health, my sanity. I don't want all these, challenges back and forth. I would rather take this one, manage myself, as against take this one and be running kitty kata. I will not be able to drop cup and drink water. Those kind of things. So it's just about you understanding what your stressors are. It could be environmental issues. Most of them, they are not within your control. And lastly, dealing with toxic teammates or bosses. So for any time you use the word I'm stressed, could it be self? Could it be your unresolved traumas? Could it be relationship issues? Could it be economic or financial? Sickness? Oh, I forgot to mention sickness. So sickness is another thing that can stress you. It may not be you that is sick. It may be you dealing with aged parents, a sick spouse, or dealing with a child with special needs. I know once one person is sick in a family, the whole family is somehow, they are sick. Whether, spiritually, you are pulled everywhere, financially, you are pulled everywhere, emotionally, you are drained. So it could be any of this. So knowing your stress factor is very key for you to start scripting the blueprint of managing your stress. If you do not know what is stressing you out, how will you know what to do and how to do it? So you are stressed. You don't know it is relationship. You are still dying into that relationship. So please, if you have your paper and pen, write down what is stressing you out now from the STRESSED, so that we can begin to script that blueprint on how to manage your stress and design those coping strategies to improve your personal and a professional life. Because now we are going to go into the crux. Like I said, it's a workshop. It's something that you have to also script by yourself. It's something that you begin to start doing. You have to walk the talk. It's not like, oh, I heard Dr. May say X, Y, Z, and walk the talk, walk the path, do it. Keep scripting. What is working for you? What is not working for you? What do you need to do? Where am I coming from? Where am I going to? Where am I right now? What do I need to move in the future I want to see? Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see happen. So what would that change you want to see? Let us script it together. My slides, okay, good. Because if you do not manage stress well, in the workplace, you can easily have burnout. You can have stress without burnout, but you can never have burnout without stress, because burnout is accumulated, unresolved stress. And before you know it's happening, you become unproductive, you're easily fatigued, you are no longer a good team player, you just find out that everything is not working for you. So there's a difference between stress and burnout. But you cannot have burnout without stress, but you can have stress without burnout. So you need to understand this narrative and begin to know, am I burning out or am I burnt out? Am I at the verge of burning out? What do I need to do and how do I need to do that? Because stress can make you sick, and it's multi-systemic. Multi-systemic, it affects any part of your sleeping problems will set in. You can easily have a panic attack. This is where people will now run to the cardiac center. I do get messages from one of my colleagues, Dr. Yemi Johnson, first cardiologist. Is a very loving colleague. He said, Dr. Kadiri, I'm sending somebody to you. He doesn't have a cardiac issue. He came in and said he had a heart attack. No, it's not. It's panic attack. I'm sending him or her to you. That kind of a thing. And when the person comes like, I know it was a heart attack. The cardiologist has just said, all your tests, ECG, echo, stress test, everything is negative. You do not have anything to say, but it's panic attack. Go find out. And now we go back to the root cause. What is causing you that panic attack? It could be muscle tension, chest pain, lack of focus, hair loss, and you think you have cancer. This is where some people be like, I think there's something wrong with me. You don't have cancer. It could just be the stress. The energy level is down, increased heart rate. Everybody right now is breathing, but you are not hearing your heart breathe. You are not hearing it. The moment you start hearing your heart, there's a problem. We call it palpitation in medicine. So why are you palpitating? What's making you anxious? So this can even lead to reduced sex drive, and this can be the reason. Ozaro matters. Problems, I'm stressed. So stress can affect your whole system. Like I said, it's multi-systemic. So don't underestimate your stress factor. If you feel stressed, quickly resolve it, quickly deal with it. And this is why I tell people, when you go for your yearly medicals, most time they will do your full blood count, liver function test, kidney test, all this, everything. I also ask them to check and do your assessment on anxiety, on depression, on stress. We have assessment tools for that, which I'm going to go into briefly. Because if you don't manage your stress well and you burn out, sometimes you may never burn out, you can have a mental issue. While we all have mental health, we do not have mental illness, but this can escalate. And the three major mental challenges we are dealing with globally, including for Nigerians: anxiety disorder, clinical depression, substance abuse. So we are not excluded from the 8 billion people on earth. We are over 200 million right now. We are not excluded. And the bad thing or sad thing with us is that we do not even have access to good mental health. We don't have, the jackpot syndrome is even taking the majority of the poor outside the country. The healthcare financing is still poor. Infrastructure, we have some states that is only one psychiatrist. Most of the psychiatrists are in the urban region. How many villages and sub-towns or suburb have psychiatrists or even psychologists? We still have one psychiatrist to 1 million Nigerians. So you have to safeguard your mental health, because when you're so stressed and you break down and you have what we call anxiety disorder or clinical depression, which is the highest burden of disability right now. So you see people in the wheelchair, the blind people, the deaf people, they are disabled. Depression may not present like that. The person is writing on this forum, but is depressed. It's a huge, burden of disability, because the symptoms that they present with no mood, not happy, loss of interest in things they love to do, productivity will go down in the workplace, and you want it, but this person comes to work now, first to come to work, last to go, but not productive. The person may be clinically depressed. So mental health is important. It's something that everybody has. It's intrinsically linked to our physical health. It is complex, it is real, and it's a continuum. So where are you in that continuum from healthy to unhealthy? What mental health isn't, is not a sign of weakness. So stop shaming people. Stop making it like that, wake up and get it and smell the coffee. Everybody in Nigeria is depressed. You're not the only one. Do you know, in fact, if you hear my own problem, now stop doing that nonsense. Stop it. Dr. Mace is saying it now. Stop it. Let us normalize not bringing up relatable challenge issues when somebody is brave and bold enough to come and tell you what he or she is dealing with. And Dr. Mace, you relax. Let me tell you my own now. Then I will go away with two problems, my own and your own. And mine is not resolved. Me that came to talk to you about my problems. So let's stop doing that because you are messing people up. So mental health is not fake news. Mental health isn't fixed. It's not snap out of it. Because when people get depressed, they can be suicidal. They can kill themselves and they can kill other people. So suicide murder. Women that are depressed can kill their babies, postpartum depression. Men that are depressed can kill themselves. You know, suicide is high among men. Women are twice more likely to be depressed than men. So we need to understand that these are real issues. And where is it coming from? From the word stressed. Because the reason why you see the doctor, 90% of the reason because you are stressed. It's 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you react. It can either make or break you. So we need to understand that there is, from being stressed, it can zone into other things. It's not only mental issues, even physical, hypertension and other things. And hypertension is a silent killer. So you need to understand that. And like I said earlier on, while we have Pinnacle Medical Services as our brick and mortar hospital, our body is there. We developed this with the era of COVID. We realized that there are issues. Jackpot syndrome is taking all our people out. We have to be able to deliver culturally appropriate therapy to Nigerians, Africans in general, and people of Black race, right? So our body is there on Google Play Store, it's on the web. Please download it. And all these things I'll be talking about. Check whether you are stressed, check whether you have anxiety, check whether you are sleeping well, check whether you have clinical depression. There are free assessments there. You don't even need to even log in to say you want to talk to a therapist if you do not have a reason to. But these assessments are there. Once you log in your email, the result comes back straight to your email and tells you what the results are and recommend. If you need to see a professional, it will tell you that. If you don't, we highlighted lifestyle modification things that you can do and things that you can, if you have anxiety, okay, do this pending when this is. If you need to see a professional, see a professional. So it is free. And we have trackers, to wellness tracker, menstrual tracker, that you can begin to start using to track your day-to-day life, know the pattern weekly, know the pattern monthly. So how body, the English way of how are you, is there for everyone to use. And if for any reason you say, okay, I want to now talk to a therapist, log in and talk to a therapist. But that also didn't stop us to say, okay, we have the hard body. What about people that are in the hard to reach communities? What about the underserved communities? And that is where the mobile counseling booth came in. Powered by the hard body, we take these booths to different communities. So if you have a community you think you want to go, make them to have free therapy, just let us know. We can brand it, we can, your school, secondary school, your university, wherever you want to go, or you are in a PTA in a school right now, you think that that school needs this, please let us know. We are there to support and help you get Nigerians, people of culture, color, Africans, to receive culturally appropriate therapy, so no one is left behind. And we have real-time, the AI Zainab there to speak to you, to talk to you, to chat with you rather on mental health issues that you ask. If you think that, okay, our body is not really, I want to know a lot about mental health, this is a book that is very readable, a storytelling book that you can easily read, The Deep Expression. I talked about it, and it was during COVID that we were able to, you know what, let's talk about this mental, let's normalize mental health conversation. It's easy to read, it's Flutterwave and Paystack, and if you know my practice, Pinnacle Medical Services, you can walk in there and also pick out one. Each holiday period, this is a conversation starter, deeper expression conversation card game. Use it with family, with friends, with team members in the workplace. It has over 250 cards in it. And you can, start those hard conversations to check affection, bonding, friendship, deep connection. And of course, because we are adults here, it also has cards to talk about stress. That's the one you can use with your partner, to just know what it is. It spans and covers things on spirituality, family, finance, and everything in between. Now, let's get to how to manage stress. I know we have been waiting for this. This is the crux of the matter, but I needed to let you know that there are other things that you can use that are available to manage your stress level. And that's why I talked about all this other availability. Now, the crux of the matter, I want to see your paper and pen. This is mine, my paper and pen. Let us script, because success has a blueprint. Let us now script how to manage our stressor. It's one thing to say, I am, go for stress management. It's another thing for you to get those tips that can help you progress, move from a point A to point B, can manage your stressor in ways that you're like, oh, I didn't know this was something I can actually use. So I want to remind us about this message once again. Stress has a blueprint. Understanding its triggers will help you design effective coping strategies. So if you are just joining, this is one message I want you to take away. If nothing you are going to take away from this platform, know that stress has a blueprint, and we are about to script how to manage your stress better. So the first rule is start by doing a life audit. How many of you have ever done a life audit? You are in businesses every day. We say, let us audit our account. Auditors are coming. You have internal auditor, then your external auditor will come in, everything. Have you sat down to audit your life, where you stand in these 8 areas of life? Your health, your finances, your personal development, your career, your relationships, your self-care, your home life, your free time. What changes will make the biggest impact on your life? Audit. Let's put it down. So here are the things I talked about, the STRESSED. So you've written down what is stressing you. Now you are going to audit this. And this is one template you can use, the how. It's available online. You can Google it. Download it and mark it 1 to 10. Where do I fall in my finances? 3 over 10. Okay. Where do I fall in my career? 8 over 10. Okay. My social life, 2 over 10. My spiritual life, 1 over 10. My emotion, my psychological, my intellectual. Put down and then begin to now know, what do I have to do and how am I going to do it? My spiritual life, I'm a Muslim, to even pray 5 times a day is a problem. To wake up and do tahajjud is a problem. I'm a Christian, church, I'm not going. Online, I'm not joining. I don't read my Bible, I don't read my Bible. So, what do you now want to do? Put it down. Script it. Start scripting it. Do I need to get somebody to, have an accountability partner? What do I need to do? I need to start reading my Bible and Quran daily. Do I need an online Bible or Quran that at least it will make me more closer to God? Do I need to, those are the things, the how. If you do not put a marker to know where you are right now, how do you know where you want to go to? So when you know that spiritually you are 2 over 10, in 2025 and beyond, I want to be 8 over 10 or 6 over 10. You can start small. Don't give yourself something very big that you will not be able to achieve. I'm going to talk about that on the low. So if you are auditing your life right now, with this, let me go back. Auditing your life. This is a very good template for you to use. So that's one. I've audited. I know what is stressing me out. So if you are the one, because financial was biggest there on the platform. So I put it on financial. And right here on this platform, I'm having 3 over 10. So what's next? I've audited my life. So now, 2, make a mindset shift. You cannot do things with negative mindset. You cannot manage yourself with your stressor or negative mindset. You will keep telling yourself, it's not going to be possible. If I go to the market now, the price will change. The price will change. If you go to market and not go, it will change. If I go to the office, my boss will shout on me. If you go, you don't go. If he's going to shout, he will shout. And there'll be traffic on the way. If you don't enter the road, there'll be traffic, whatever. So if you keep infusing negativity, you're not going to be able to move. So make a mindset shift. Is what sets the tone for everything in your life. What we think and believe is what we act upon. And this will change your perspective from now on. Anytime anything negative happens. And instead of feeling like a victim, ask yourself what you can control or change. You can only deal with the things that are within your control. So achieving positive mindset, this is the how. Positive affirmations are very good. Today is a brand new day for me. I choose to be optimistic. I will act intuitively and trust in myself. Good things can and will happen to me. It's not I will aspire to me what I'm here for. No. Affirmations have been known to really work. So I'm telling myself, I choose to be optimistic. You are rewiring your brain, because a lot of times limiting beliefs hold us down. It is time for us to learn, unlearn, and relearn things that can move us from one stage to another, that can shift that post, that can give us that mileage that we want in our lives. And you can also do gratitude journal, gratitude things, grateful for. You wake up in the morning, you're already thinking bad things, road will be bad, then my boss will do this. No. Have you sat down to actually count your blessings and name them one by one? I'm alive, I'm awake, I'm a survivor, I have a roof over my head, I have a bed I can sleep on, I have food on my table, I have dress I can wear. Gratitude, just being grateful. Shift your mindset. Because the truth in life is that we have what we call automatic negative thoughts. You are inundated with those things on a day-to-day basis. These automatic negative thoughts. And to make it fun, we call them ants, automatic negative thoughts. So what do you do to ants? You squash them, you kill them. So you have to find ways to squash these automatic negative thoughts and shift that mindset to a more positive one, to a growth mindset, and choose positivity over negativity. I'm not here to say it's going to be easy. I'm here to say, let's script it, that blueprint for managing your stress. Affirmation is something you can do. Gratitude is something. If you have not been doing it, please begin to incorporate it into your day. Let it be a lifestyle. Let it be part of your life. Let it be life itself. Because you cannot be in perpetual pain that people are not seeing, only you. Because you are constantly telling yourself all the negative things that will hold you down. The third thing is create a vision. Now we're talking about managing stress, this. What is your vision in managing this stress? Having a vision means we have a clear sense of purpose. It means we have much larger picture of our business or our life than simply sitting and reaching short-term goals and tackling problems as they come along. We know that with vision, they are driven by passion, dreams, and they are reflected through a genuine effort to create tangible results. What is that result you want? How do you want to script your stress? As a blueprint, what are those things that you can script that can make you less stressed? Because you can never be free from stress totally. Never. So this avoid stress, no. The moment you say you are shouting avoid, you are 6 feet below. You are in the mortuary or you are 6 feet below. You can't be talking about avoid stress. Because even when you are sleeping, your heart is pumping blood. Your brain, you are dreaming. Your lungs are functioning. So you can never be completely free from stress. Because those organs are functioning for you to stay alive, for you to be able to, to function. So make stress more of your ally. See it more of your ally rather than see it as a challenge. So create that vision. And the how, make them smarter. We're no longer talking of smart goals. No. We are past that phase of make it smart goals. No, it is not smarter. Make sure whatever is stressing you and you want to manage it, what is it? Be very specific. Financial burden. I hope you are still scripting, because now financial burden. So I have 1 million naira in my account. I want to make 10 million naira. So you've written it down specific. Time bound. That 10 million, how many months? Or is it just, I want to make 10 million in 2025 rather. It's a lie. There's nothing like that. In the next 2 months, by March 30th or 31st, I'm going to make them. It must be time bound, but in between being specific and the time bound that you are putting on it, is it measurable? How milestones that and that are quantified? What are those things that you see that you can measure that you are making this money? What are you doing? Is it this 10 million? Is it from your personal business, or you are working in an organization? Organization will not just dash you 10 million. What are you going to do to get that money? Is it attainable? This thing that you have put down, how realistic is it? How relevant is it? And when you look at specificity, measurability, attainability, be relevant, or time bound that you put to it, evaluate. So you are stressed about your relationship. Evaluate the people in your circle of influence. Do they keep you calm? Do you feel good around them? Do you, when they're around you, do you also feel good? Do they feel good around you too? And reward yourself. Reward is now why smarter is better than smart goals. So rewarding yourself helps. It's like you developing a new habit. So if, for example, now you want to say, okay, I want to start managing I want to develop a new habit by next year. Okay, your spirituality 2/10, right? I want to be able to pray 5 times a day now, literally. So what are you going to start doing differently? I want to be able to go to church on Sunday. Not the one I'm not even doing online or offline. So you make sure, so when you are creating a vision, make sure those goals are smart. When you are managing your stress, make sure those goals are smart. You know exactly what is stressing you out, and you are specific about it, and you are seeing how you are measuring it. Is it relationship issue? Is it your environmental? Is it work? Make sure they are smarter. Evaluate it from time to time. Evaluating it regularly helps you to see whether you are progressing and what you need to put priorities on, and of course, the action plan that you need to take. And by rewarding yourself, just makes it good. See it as a gift to yourself. So the first thing I said, audit your life. The second thing I said, have a mindset shift. The third thing I said, create a vision. Now let's go to the fourth. I hope you are writing. Script your success. Script your stress. Manage. Like I said, stress has a blueprint. Script your productivity. Because if you manage your stress well, you'll be more productive. You'll be able to deliver in your both personal and professional life. Your 2025 is not about to start. Some people have started 2025 way ahead. I know that some countries, they are ahead of us. Some countries, like Ethiopia, I think they're in 2016, while we are in 2014. So let's not look at it, we are all on the same page. The fourth thing that now you have created a vision, work on yourself daily. Consistency is a love language. You know what is stressing you out, and you are just putting it there. You package it and left it there. No, don't just package it and leave it there. You must be consistent. Once you have your vision, the fog lifts and your roadmap starts to become clear. Now I know what is stressing me. My own resolved traumas. That's how I will be shouting on these children like this. So that's how I'll be shouting on my co-workers like this. So it has fallen off. Now you have to start practicing. Okay, what do I need to do to make sure I'm not shouting everything? Do I need to even go to the essence of anger management? Do I need to do deep breathing when I'm angry so that I can calm down and be more constructive in my conversation? But nobody is going to drive that car for you. You've got to put in the work. That is why I say consistency is a love language. You must be disciplined. Consistent daily practice is how you make that happen for you. If you water the plants just a little each day, over time, your garden always grows. The grass is greener when you water it. It's not greener on the other side. So what are you going to be doing? What is that thing that is stressing you out that you've audited? You now know what it is. Now your mindset, you've been able to say, okay, no, I don't want to negativity. I want to be more optimistic. Now I've created a vision. I've made this my goal smarter. Now I'm going to make sure I work on it on a day-to-day basis until it becomes a lifestyle, until it becomes a habit. Because you can develop habit. Stress has a blueprint. And the how? Look at the 80-20 Pareto principle in life. And it's talking about 20% of the action from the 80%, 20% action you put in resulted to 80% of your result. So for health, 80% eating, 20% exercise. You cannot do this in here. I'm not saying to eat. I'm slim now, so I can't be fat. Exercise is not for losing weight. Dr. May said it, and every doctor, every online, you will know. It's not for losing weight. Don't say because I'm slim, I don't need to exercise. Please exercise. It's good for your heart. And it helps to awaken what we call feel-good hormones. I'll talk about it later. Talking, listen more. That is why God gave us 2 ears. Listen more and talk less. But some of us are doing it the other way around. No, chop. Listen more and talk less. It's a good way. Because you are going to, I would say, doing the things on a day-to-day basis. Listen to people, get encouragement, get support. Not the one that you have already written it out there, you've talked about it. You talk about it, you go and wire your brain, and the brain will say you have already done it. Meanwhile, you have not done it. In achieving, 80% doing, 20% dreaming. In relationship, 80% giving, 20% receiving. Wealth, learning, happiness, purpose, 80% purpose. You must find your sense of purpose. Japanese will call it ikigai. What is your purpose on earth? To unleash your potentials to be the best you are here on earth to be in your pursuit for greatness. To some people, that is what is stressing them, and they've never found a sense of purpose. in improving 80% persistence and 20% ideas. These are powerful tools you can learn. And of course, you cannot start practicing daily if you have not taken care of yourself. You cannot operate from a place of deficit. You have to operate from a place of abundance. In managing your stress for both professional and personal life, if you don't take care of yourself, there's a problem. You are neglecting yourself. You can't give what you don't have. So your self-care is very important. Being self-aware, finding things that can help you, connect with a healthy support system, asking for help when you need help, exercise regularly, at least 30 to 45 minutes brisk walk, 3 to 5 times a week. Rest and sleep well. Stop giving excuses. Lagosians, I know you visited the WhatsApp group. Stop giving excuses why you're not sleeping well. No. You need at least 7 hours of good sleep for the women, uninterrupted sleep. You need longer hours of sleep than the men to help build your hormone reservoir, because it's just that the hormone reservoir you build that can help you manage your stress on a day-to-day basis. The men easily, they don't need that much, because they have testosterone that helps them build those hormones whether they are sleeping, they are working, but you need sleep to help build your hormone reservoir. So self-care is self-preservation. It's not selfishness. Is important. So this is these are the ways you can help to work on yourself on day-to-day basis. You don't want to be stressed out, you don't have the energy because you have not taken care of yourself. How do you want to practice and be consistent when you lack self-care? So now let's go to the 5th one. I hope you are scripting your productivity. This is real hack. This is a workshop. Design your environment for success. In managing your stressors, you will design your environment. Why? If you want to change your life, you aren't the only one that has to change. Your environment also has to change. We talked about environmental factors, and I emphasize that some of them are not within your control. For example, if you always hang out with negative thinking friends, you tend to believe in the limitations they are setting for you, because emotions are contagious. Emotions are they always say negative, and when they breed red, and I say, are you sure? Are you sure it's not red? Or you want to achieve a big goal, you instead of you to look for your destiny helpers, you are telling your destiny killers. No. So that environment, your circle of influence, who will help you, and the things that are within your control. You cannot be saying design environment for control, and you're now looking at government policies that are not in tandem with your reality. However, if you hang out with other doers and people who want to see you succeed, there's a much higher chance that you will. And this is what they say, when you have 4 rich friends, you are the 5th one. But if you have four foolish friends, you are the 5th foolish one. Because like I said, emotions are contagious. Things, people around you, you'll be, bashed and infused with the things that they, and don't sit down here and be telling me that it doesn't matter. I can sit down with them, and it's not if I want to change, I will change. I will tell you, second-hand smokers also have cancer. You don't smoke, but you're always in the club and you're around people that smoke. You are likely to also going to have the complications of people that smoke. Researchers have said it, even the World Health Organization. So if you're around negative-minded people, it's a problem. So you have to infuse your circle of influence to make sure you know what to do. And the how? Set your goals. This is where I will hammer on the Hesiova decision matrix. The do, the decide, delegate, and delete. So what is stressing you out now that you know that you want to focus on? Is it important and urgent? Do it. Don't even think about it. Right, do it straight. Is it important but it's not urgent? Decide, schedule a time to do it. Is it not important but it is urgent? You have a meeting, it's not important but it's urgent. You have a subordinate, yeah, delegate. Who can do it for me? I have financial challenges, right? If you put in financial burden, where does it fall into here? It's important, it's urgent. What do I need to do? It's important but not urgent. You decide on what you need to do. You schedule, okay, I need to meet this person, I need to be. It is not important, it's urgent. So or relationship issues, delete. If it's a work-related thing, it's not important, it's not urgent, you delete, eliminate it. Some of us, if you do not put this in, that you don't know that the problem you think you are having is supposed to be deleted, you will be forcing yourself to do it. You'll be forcing yourself. So when in that designing your environment for success, decision making is very key. How do you do? What do you do now? What do you schedule? What do you delegate? What do you delete? And setting those goals, the action you need to take, the plan. And I talked about the smarter goals initially. You can also bring it here too, in designing your environment for success. And number 6, learn new skills and improve upon your existing ones. I don't think I need to talk too much on this, but I will still say something. Nothing will change your life faster than building new skills. I'm a medical doctor. That doesn't mean that I cannot be a data analyst. That doesn't mean that I cannot be a web designer. That doesn't take anything away from me that I cannot do other things. Some people even, in fact, if I have, let me share this quickly. I know our time is fast spent. I had been to my hospital and I was moving from the building, because we occupy 2 duplexes, the building at the back to the building in the front, which is our EAP Center for Corporate Organizations. I will talk about it briefly. And somebody walked in and was like, Dr. May, what are you doing here? Like, so before I answered her, one of my nurses now came and said, and the doctor, one of my doctors, the doctor and the nurse, we're going to go on a ward round. It's not just, Dr. May, it's time for the ward round. So the lady looked at me like, ward round? Excuse me, like, is this your place? I said, yes, it's my hospital. She said, I've been attending this place for the past 6 months. I didn't know who owns this place. I love she was going to tell me at that point that, oh, there's a therapist here I like, and if you are here for therapy, this is a person. They didn't allow her to say it. I don't know, like, and I can't get back to that information, right? And this one, they just came out and said, Dr. May, it's time for ward round. You say, really? So to her, I'm a public speaker, or maybe Dr. May is those people that collected the award, you know, those kind of doctor. So she didn't know that that was my practice. Those are my people. And she was just looking at me. I thanked her. I was going, and she stopped and she sent me a message on my DM, because she knew me via Instagram. And I never knew, you know. So please learn new skills. As a doctor, I do other things. So I do bid, I do many things. And career, they do research. See, forget it. This is the time for you to say, with the economy now, see, new skills, something that you know that if you are even working 9 to 5, what else? If you are not doing something else that will improve your financial level, you are lazy. Nobody is after you, not village people. Things that you can even do remotely, put in 1 hour. Our therapists that are working in Pinnacle, they're also on our body, and they earn from our body. It's aside from what Pinnacle is giving them. So those are things that upskill, dedicate time during your day to build your skills, learn them via books, video. You know, YouTube can teach you millions of things. Podcast, I listen to a podcast every morning. I have podcasts on my playlist. I say, this is one I want to listen to today. TED Talks, a lot of things. But don't forget to physically practice your skills soon. Practice them. And that's why I said my driving force is to live, to learn, and to impact generations positively. I want to die empty. I don't want to be constipated with this knowledge I have. Let me give it back. Let me give it, whether it is free, whether it's monetarily, whichever form, I'm giving it back. So learn new skills as we're heading into 2025. Now, what are you learning? I've already listed the certifications I want to get in 2025. I've already started reaching out to the organization and the people that will help me. Some of them I need to get somebody to so we can read together, because this brain, I'm not getting younger. I need somebody that will be encouraging me, to ginger me. Even though I know I ginger people, I also need the ginger. So learn new skill, new certification upon your, so if it's financial, this is one thing that you can do and you'll be amazed. My speaking engagement sometimes pays a lot that I didn't even think of. It's aside from what Pinnacle is giving me. So please learn new skills, improve upon your existing ones. And the how? The 80-20 rule for success. You know, we talked about the parental principle. It's also coming back here. Identify 20% of your actions that create 80% of your results. Write them down, narrow it down. What do you want to achieve? What is that goal? I need new certification on this. Write all of them that I've circled the number 1 thing I want to, because the exam is usually end of the year. So in January, I want to apply so they can get the document, the books. I can start writing and reading, small. Focus there relentlessly. Because success it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And it's a good way to manage your stressor. Likewise, visualize your next 365 days in 2025. Imagine you are already in December 2025, just the way we are in December 2024 right now. What does your day look like? What habits helped you to achieve that goal? What did you stop wasting time on? Some of us are on social media, mindlessly scrolling. Go on digital detox, for God's sake. So as it is right now, because we're talking about upskilling and learning new skills, and why not losing the skills we already have? Reverse engineer that into your life. Future is built by the present you. What you want to achieve in future, you have to stay in the present, taking the pebbles of the past to build that future you want and the future you deserve and desire. So the how of upskilling, know what it is, what you want to learn, what you want. If it is done, don't do what your friend is doing. Your friend's brain is different from your brain, even if you're a set of fraternal twins. There's something you love, you want, and you see a reason of doing that. I registered for Masters in Digital Healthcare last year, and I was like, hey, can I even do it? Boom. July this year, we graduated. Masters in Digital Healthcare. Of course, I have a telemedicine platform, but I also wanted to learn some other things. Was it easy? No. No, let's not even go there. It's a story for another day. But because I made up my mind, I need this, I want to do it, I have to do it, I did it. So it's time for you to know. Put in the 20% action and get the 80% result. What are you doing? How are you going to upskill? Who is going to hold you? And sometimes you need somebody to hold you. And like I said, the certification I'm doing, one of them, I need an accountability. But if I don't see, it's on the number 4 on my list. So it's not if I don't see, I know they do. It's not by force. Nobody will push me. Because it's not even a cheap course. So you have to script. Lastly, while you are doing all this, I beg, let me add Ejo, let me add Igbo, Biko, Hausa, Do, have fun. The whole point of this exercise is to change. No, manage your stressor. It means your thoughts and behavior will change throughout the year, because your thoughts drives your emotions drive your behavior drives your action. So in all of this, you may realize that what you initially were seeking isn't what you want anymore. You are trying to manage one thing, this stressor. You find out along the way, that is not even what is really, it may not be the core. Because if you do the 5 whys, in coaching, we talked about the 5 whys. You will say, oh, it's financial. But by the time you find out why financial, and because of this, why this, because of, when you get to the 5, you find out the real reason why you are not financially buoyant, because of your indiscipline, extravagant spending. That is where your problem lies. So don't get so focused on the process that you lose sight of what you want, and most importantly, have fun. While we have talked about all these 6 things, let's now go to the bonus. And before we go into our Q&A, I want to repeat our message. Stress has a blueprint, but understanding the triggers will help you develop good coping strategies in achieving your best personal and professional life. To be more productive, you must nip on board what is stressing you. And now we have been able to gradually start scripting how to manage our stressors, from auditing your life, from creating a positive mindset, to having a vision, to practicing what you are doing on a day-to-day basis because of consistency and discipline, to designing your environment for success, the people around you, what you need and what you don't need, and not deciding what is important, what is not important, what is urgent, what is not urgent, and of course, upscaling. What do I need to do? How do I need to do it? And lastly, having fun. In managing your stressor, these are also very important. We all have the doses in our body, the dopamine, estrogen, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. So I call them your daily dose of happiness. How do you infuse that into your life? Why they are just there in your life freely, and you are not optimizing them in managing your stress levels? All of us have all this. And this is where we talk about 2 brains. You all have 2 brains. Why you literally know we have this brain here. Our second brain is our gut health. Our gut, what we eat. So stop eating things and make belly full. You have to eat right, because these hormones are produced in your gut. And if you are not getting your gut health right, it messes you up. You are constantly stressed, you are fatigued, you don't have interest in things you're doing, you just wonder why your serotonin is down. It's a mood stabilizer. So what can you do to improve your gut health? What do you need to do? So in increasing your dopamine level, which is a reward center chemical, eat right, achieve a goal, complete a task, self-care activities that are aligned earlier on. Oxytocin, the same thing, socializing, physical touch, petting an animal, having an animal as a pet, helping others without expecting any reward. It will boost your oxytocin. Your serotonin, which is a mood stabilizer, sun exposure, we talked about. You know why during COVID, they said people will die, oh, these body bags. They now later found out that what we eat, the sun exposure, it really helped our ministry. All that, whatever they talk didn't really affect us the way they thought about it. So sun exposure, being close to nature. Some of us are living in Lagos, especially Lekki, as you don't even know the road to the beach. You leave your house, enter Kafsian. You leave your house, enter Kafun. Just go around the beach now. Relax, be close to nature. Mindfulness, meditation that I talked about earlier on, the deep breathing, the grounding technique. Those are things that can stabilize your mood. Then endorphins. Exercise, not because you want to be lekba or lose weight. It will help to boost your feel-good hormones, which is endorphin, which will help you to manage your stress, manage anxiety, manage fear, and even mild cases of clinical depression. Let's stop underestimating the power of exercise. At least, like I said, 30 to 45 minutes brisk walk. Try to achieve 10,000 steps a day. That is the requirement. But some of us, we start small. At least try to do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Before you end this month, you may be getting up to your 10,000 before the end of January. So find out. So your daily dose of happiness you can. Likewise, your sleep. Like I said, Lagosians, I visited the WhatsApp group, but please come back. Sleep well. Stop giving excuses why you are not sleeping well. 10 hours before your sleep, stop the caffeine. 3 hours, stop the food, stop the alcohol, stop the exercise. Because you will increase your cortisol level, which will not let you sleep well. 2 hours before sleep, take away the work. Nigerians say it have do. It is okay. Take it away. 1 hour before the reduce your screen time, your phones, your tablet, your TV. There is blue light, and it will make it look as if you are awake. Melatonin is produced in the night, which enhances your sleep. And that's why some brilliant people, they package melatonin. And then, so when you take it, you tell yourself, I will sleep, and your brain, you will sleep. Right? But the truth is that we all have melatonin produced in the pineal gland. So leave it. Let us not make it look as if, oh, you have to take something to sleep. The moment you start taking medication to sleep, especially Valium, diazepam, those lorazepam, they are highly addictive. It's another pathway to drug addiction. Please let it be that doctor prescribe it for you. And if they say stop, not the one you now start going to go and buy it. From 1.5 milligram of Lezotan, some people are on 6 milligrams, some are even on 10, 12 milligrams. Diazepam, they're on 20 milligrams. It's addiction, no? And that's a medical condition. It is messing up your brain structure. And it may lead to rehabilitation. So these are things that you need to be able to, keep you on check. For those that are in the work environment, now I talked about first and second building, we have what we call employees assistance program. If you don't have that in your workplace in 2024, 2025 is around the corner, please reach out and ask how this can be deployed into your organization. Employees assistance is to help the people in your organization, including you. So it's not just for big corporates. We have 27 or 29 corporate organizations right now, from multinationals to global group. But even as SME, you have 10 staff, reach out. We will help you design it. It helps the people in your place to keep, stay productive. It's 24 hours call therapy, 1 a.m. call us. It's highly confidential, no criticism, nobody is going to be judgmental towards it, nobody is going to be apostolic. You can walk into the center if you want to walk in. So please, let's see that as another good way to manage employee stressors in the workplace. Because it's not just about, oh, I've done this. What other things are you putting in check apart from the personal? What about in the workplace? So as we round up, let's look at our mental health checklist. We talked about getting up at bed, exercising, drinking enough water, taking regular breaks, sleeping 7 to 8 hours, asking for help when you need it, getting some fresh air, be close to nature, being present with yourself, connecting with people, have the right circle of influence. You can't live in isolation. See what COVID did to us. Lockdown isolation messed us up. Please, just make sure the right people in your circle, they are there. Not everybody. You are neither Nigerian jollof rice or chocolate. No, you can't, you are not, you don't love everybody. Not everybody will love you. Likewise, likeness. So connect with a healthy support system. Keep an open mind. Help somebody. This is just a summary of everything else. And it just came in as a very good way to say mental health checklist. It's a checklist. What have I done? What have I done? Have I slept well? Am I doing? Some of you wake up, you don't dress your bed. It's part of managing your stress. Let you be that when you are coming to, as I'm sitting down, my room, my bed, I call it happy place. I named it. It's my happy place. When I'm entering my room to sleep, I know that this place, it makes me happy. I'm not going to sleep because you need sleep. You can't be productive. You can't even manage your stress if you are losing sleep. It's dirty December, brothers and sisters. Please imbibe these 5 S. It's dirty December. But Lagos, the traffic, God help us. Anyway, we'll manage. The day you know you are going out, just know that it's you and traffic that day. Please be safe. Practice your self-care tips. There's no holiday and dirty December without socializing. Which concert are you going? I have one this night. So pick where you are going to socialize. But when you are there, please share safety, your location. If you say you are going to a hotel for a program, don't branch. If you are branch, let the person that your loved one know where you are branching. Because if something is happening where you branch, they will say, oh, you are my loved one is in a hotel now. I don't know what they happen there. Meanwhile, you are there. So please, and service to others, render, volunteer, donate if you can. And it's a good time to reflect. Solitude and reflection. Reflect. What have I done this? What do I need to do? Dr. May talked about, stress has a blueprint and we're able to strip down, fill in the gaps. So if you're writing, fill in the gaps, you will see. Come back with testimonies, please, to tell me what you scripted down, how you started practicing and the changes. Take time, have a break. Be okay with saying no. Like I said, you can't, this vitamin N, which is vitamin no, say it so that they give room to your true yeses. But most importantly, practice self-care, drink wisely. Don't see smoking and drinking. We all know that the major killers or major issues that lead to many other medical conditions. So if you must drink wisely. So every time you let me drink to super, it's free drink now. Your kidneys, your liver, don't go there. So as much as possible, let's make dirty December work for us as against working against us. Remember, your future doesn't start January 1st, 2025. It starts with the choices you make today. More actions repeated daily shape the life you want to live a year from now. May the silent battles you fought in 2024, we know it's not over until it's over. Transform into your loudest victories in 2025. On this note, thank you.
Wow. I think I had to start my sentence with wow because a lot was unpacked. Thank you so much, Dr. May, for generously dissecting this topic for us. Very elaborate, like way too elaborate, but I loved it. And I believe the audience loved it. Thank you so much, Ma. From where do I even start? Interventions, the breathing techniques, the grounding techniques, your stressors, identifying them. I mean, I literally did identify my own. Let me do this. It's cool.
Yes, it is. You have to have a your blueprint.
Right? I mean, that going through, doing a life audit, mindset shifts, which is really important. Positive affirmations. I started that recently. So thank you, Ma, for touching base on that. 2025, we go again. Gratitude journals. I'm literally just trying to do a recap for us again, right? Let's create a vision, making smarter goals, right? Working on ourselves daily, designing our environment for success, know who you're moving with, choose the right circle, your circle of influence, very important. Learning new skills, very important. Let's not just think, oh, this is what I do. I mean, there's something else we can always do in 2025, right? Build that skills. Don't think your brain can carry it, though. You'll be shocked that your brain can actually carry lots. And then, she said, enjoy the process. This was a lot. Oh, yes. And then the Pareto principle, 80-20, Eisenhower decision matrix, happy almost, 10 tweets, a lot, a lot. Thank you so much, Ma. And I think my key quote is the part where you said consistency is a love language. Everybody has a love language, right? So when you choose to say consistency, that means just constantly do it, and then you see changes. This was beautiful, amazing. Honestly, thank you so much, man. I really, really do appreciate you. Before we go ahead, I'd like to chip in something. So, I dropped on the group chat of the social channels for NESG Academy. There's a conversation currently going on with a hashtag. So please, you can join in the conversation. And also, yes, LinkedIn. NESG Academy, we drop informations there, what next, what the academy is working on. You can also follow us, and then you're at par with what we're doing. So I want us to move to the Q&A session. Kindly drop your questions in the group chat. Let's Dr. Me, if you dissect it, please drop your questions and let's kick off up there. We have about 28 minutes left. Let's utilize it, right, to ask our questions, and then Dr. May will be more than happy to help us answer them.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. I'm expecting your questions. Please drop them in the chat. Drop them in the chats.
If no question, it's more like you understood.
Right. It was a lot. I feel like so many questions people would want to ask. Ma, you've touched base on it, to be honest. You've touched base.
Scripture success. Scripture, let the blueprint of stress management take you to greater height. Walk the talk, practice it on a day-to-day basis, and you see yourself being more productive, happier, healthier, and of course, the wealth comes in along the line. Because when you are productive, you are happier. We are not saying it's automatically, but it may not be wealth in monetary form, wealth in social capital, wealth in your relationship with people, wealth in just being you and enjoying life truly, not just enduring.
Thank you so much, Ma. I'm expecting your questions, please. We have one now. Hey, it's not easy to get Dr. Mill. Drop your questions. Let us answer them for you. Okay, so there's a question here, Ma. It says, wow. Okay, let me ask you, Ma, if you'd be willing to answer this. My in-laws stressed me a lot. I was admitted last year, December. We lived together. What do I do? Because if I say I want to move out, my husband will say I want to break up the family. Okay,
I said my in-law stressed me a lot. I was admitted last year, December. So admitted meaning that she wasn't feeling fine, right? And we live together. What do I do? Because if I say I want to move, my husband will say I want to break up the family. There are certain things you cannot tell somebody at this point now. I think I saying, oh, why did you even agree to stay together? We are past that stage. Now you are living together. How do you then move from where you are now to a place that you feel, okay, if I'm alone with my husband, I will have more control of what I'm doing. I'll be happier. Because happiness does not come from people. Happiness is, infusing you. People can make you happier. Places can make you happier. Things can make you happier, but happiness is you. So if you want to move out, then of course you are going to break up the family. So we are not going to cast you and say, why did you even have to go and stay with them in the first place? Because you have the opportunity to say, I don't want to live with family. Please, let's stay on our own. But we have gotten here now. Moving out, like we already said, may bring the chaos. So what is it around you that, this is where you also have to sit down auditing about that relationship we have with your partner. What are the things that it can easily, agree with you, and the things that it doesn't agree with you? Because if you are forcibly trying to move out, you will actually be seen as being cantankerous, as a bad in-law and all that. You can move out maybe based on certain things. Like now you say you are admitted. The doctors, the health team help you to, because that is something that we also do in management. It's not about, oh, this person has been admitted and has gone. Come for your treatment, come to medication. Your home environment, how is it enabling you to stay calm? Because if it's a trigger, no matter the medication or hospital or doctors you are seeing, it's not going to help you. It's a time they can even come into encourage and talk to your partner and say, this is what it is. This is not going to help her to recover well. This is what will help her to recover well. The way doctors will say, look, if you are staying upstairs, you have a heart condition, come downstairs, take a room downstairs because in case of stroke, in case of this. So it's a conversation that must be had. Don't do it forcefully. You know your husband best. You know his weak side, you know his good side. There are certain things that you know that you have done that has worked for you. So start with the rule of thumb. What has worked? What did you really want that you talked to him about and he agreed? And at what point, what made him to do what he did? So you understanding that effective communication with him. And because moving out, like I said, we are not here to judge you. It may bring a big problem, but you can move out when you understand the reason and the need for you people to move out. So it's for me, I would say, have that conversation, do it with wisdom, do it in a way that, why you are where you are and finding how to thrive and flourish. Because you have to also look, this is the situation I'm in now. I may not have absolute control of moving now. How are you managing yourself to find that happiness? And also having the conversation with your partner to see how he can help you move out. Because if it's not moving out and you do not want to break up the family, and you also do not want to break up your marriage, you have to do things with wisdom and with tact.
Thank you so much, Madam May, Dr. May, rather. I hope this answers your question. I really hope it does. Yeah, so please, you can still drop your questions, right? I have another one here, ma'am. She says, how can you manage stress that causes hormonal imbalance?
Hormonal imbalance. Is it a male or a female that's saying that? Well, either way, anyway, it has a lot to do with the female hormones a lot. So when females come to our hospital, we try as much as possible to do thyroid function tests. We also try to screen for vitamin like vitamin D3, because when they are low, it can affect you, and affect your mood. And then, of course, if you're also at that perimenopausal, menopausal, or postmenopausal phase, we also try to see which hormones are affecting you. So the question is, how do you take care of your mental health to not to cause hormonal imbalance, right?
Hormonal imbalance, yes, ma'am.
Good. So the first rule is you have to know what is stressing you out. You have to know what the issue is, because you cannot jump into the how. You have to know what it is first. And this is where I say, let's create that blueprint. So you know where the problem is. If you assume, it may not be it. Assumptions and perceptions are joy killers. You perceive this may be it. You assume this is it. No. Know what is stressing you out. Know what the issue is. And then begin to know what you need to do. You come in for clinical, you say, I'm depressed because your mood, your energy level, you've lost interest. Then we do this hormonal test and we find out that it's your thyroid. It's not necessarily clinical depression. We give tyrosine, which is a treatment, or of course, we send it to an endocrinologist. I'm not here to prescribe anything. And then they manage you, and you find out those depressive symptoms go away. So before you start saying, how do you ensure those things I talked about, your self-care, auditing your life, knowing what to do, eating right, exercising, those are some of the things that you can use, do the many house I listed out, earlier on, that you can, in ensuring that you are less stressed, you are completely, in that realm. We can manage stress, but the thing we should all look at is how to eliminate chronic stress. That is the problem that is very that we face as Black people. And managing chronic stress is not about, it doesn't start and end in the kitchen for diet management or in the gym for exercise. You must also ensure that you find your sense of purpose, your ikigai. What am I here on earth to do? So you won't want to get to that old age and like self-actualization is zero, your Maslow hierarchy of needs. Then, of course, socializing, having the right set of your circle of influence also helps you. If you're a woman that asks this question, studies have shown that when you have meetings or outings, gatherings with your friends, it really, really helps. So you need the right circle of people in your right circle of right people in your circle of influence. And if they no longer help you, I always say, feel free to fumigate. I'm telling you, fumigate is good for your mental health. Then have the adequate hours of sleep, 7 uninterrupted hours. I know they say Dr. May is just, I find, in fact, it's Maymunah Yusuf Kadiri. It's a middle name. It's a lifestyle. I have to be intentional about sleeping. Sometimes people will see me sleeping, they'll be jealous, like, this girl can sleep. It's not that that was how I was, but I decided, and it is not part of me. So these are ways truly you can help in reducing those mental stress, that this hormonal dysregulation will not come in.
Thank you so much, Ma. Victoria, I hope Dr. May did justice to that question. I like this one, Ma. This question. Um, okay, it says, how do you undo the mental stress of working in a department other than where you wish to in an organization? Is it wrong? Is it a wrong move for me to, if I choose to quit the job, because I do not feel productive at my best or being happy?
How does it manage? I need to get that.
Okay, let me read it again. How
Yeah,
do you handle the mental stress of working in a department
yeah.
other than where you wish to in an organization? Is it a wrong move if I choose to quit the job because I do not feel productive at my best or happy?
And nobody ever wants to just be going to work. You know why? 24 hours a day we all have. Take away the number of hours you sleep. If it's 6 hours, that means you have 16 hours. If it is 7 hours, if it's 6 hours, it means you have 18 hours. If it's 7 hours, it means you have 15 hours. I mean, what is that again? Math is eroding me. Whatever it is, right? Take away the hours you slept, 7 hours, so you have 17 hours. 2/3 of those 17 hours, which we call waking hours, you spend it in the workplace. You want to be in a place where you feel safe enough, that will inspire you, that will encourage you, that will encourage you to do much work. If you are a woman on this platform, of course, you've heard of Wimbies, you've heard of Whisker. The truth is that Wimbies, I don't think that was initially, they had to add government, they had to add people that are also working in corporate organizations, right? As an entrepreneur. It's not every entrepreneur that is a doer. We have entrepreneurs that are doing much more, right? So you are working in an environment, it has to be safe enough for you. You want to be inspired, empowered, encouraged, supported, and not just 2/3 of that waking hours, which is 2/3 of 17 hours, are spend about 8-9 hours in the workplace, and you are not happy there. You are already seeing on your own without the appraiser. You are not productive. You are not even meeting up with your KPIs. It can easily lead to burnout, to clinical depression, and other things that comes into place. What are you doing? Is there a policy there that you can link in and say, okay, this is how I feel. How can I be supported? And this is what we talk about EAP. We've just finished dealing with a case where we have to recommend to the organization. This person is not doing well. Please, let's recommend. We recommended, can this person be given this? It's not us, but the policy, but we are writing to say this person needs this support, XYZ. So is there a policy in your organization that you can link it to have this conversation? If there's no policy in the workplace, what next? You don't want to leave. What job issues are? Not easy to even get a job out there, but you deserve to be happy where you are. Life is to be enjoyed, like I said, not endured. So what are you doing now? If you don't want to leave, can you start upskilling? Can you start looking at other things that if you are leaving, you have a backup plan? But look at the corporate, the policy of the organization and see if it's a discussion you can have. This is where mentor comes in. This is where sponsor comes in. It may not be somebody within your organization, maybe somebody that, you can brainstorm with and say, okay, this is my mentor, this issue I'm having, how, what support, what do you think I should do about it? And if your mentor or sponsor is within your organization, reach out. It's good to explore what the organization can help you do, achieve, as against just, taking, fire your boss and you jump out there. You are starting your 2025 even less productive, unhappy, and everything just falling apart. So explore these different options that I talk about, and let's see how that goes. I'm hoping that you get traction in any of these things I highlighted here.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. I want us to take just 2 more questions, and we can wrap up. It's been almost 2 hours of a very, very insightful session. So 2 more questions, ma'am. One from Olufemi Lola. She says, what are the examples of chronic stress?
Examples of chronic stress. So we have different type of stressors in our life. Like I said, the STRESS, so they can't be a whole lot, but you also have to know that there are things that, when we talk about chronic stress, for example, work, burnout, it's something that, like I said, there is no stress, there's no stress, there's no burnout, right? There's no stress without burnout, but there's burnout there is no burnout without stress, but there's stress without burnout, because stress is accumulated, prolonged, unresolved, stress. So what is that thing? Like in the workplace, what is it? Burnout is something that, that can easily occur, because chronic stress occurs when stressors persist for a long period of time. So that is one thing that can be a good example wherever you are, whether you are working for yourself or you are working for other people, that can, lead to chronic stress. And when chronic stress sets in, it can lead to a mirage of medical conditions, from both physical and mental. Heart conditions, diabetes, a lot. It can even shut down the kidney, just depending on that. And of course, on the mental side, anxiety disorder, and of course, clinical depression. So we are safeguarding ourselves to at least, if not minimize, if not eliminate, minimize getting that chronic stress phase, because it leads to a lot of medical conditions that we have to start dealing with. So these are some of the examples, truly, when it comes to what's a chronic.
Thank you so much, Matt. The last question, how can one overcome phobia for insects and rodents?
I
I got
also do not
laughing
like
too.
them. Yeah, there are many ways anyway. If you can do the one that is within your control, use insecticide or whatever it is. But if it's really a problem, there's therapy for it. We have that, and there are different, therapy that you can, that would prefer, that you can. And this is where I always say, people that go for therapy, is not everybody that you think is crazy. I don't know. Somebody is coming for therapy to deal with rodents, and they say, this person is going for therapy. It's because he or she has not been able to deal with it on their own, and now they need somebody to hold their hand to say, okay, this is what it is. Systemic desensitization, gradual desensitization, graduated desensitization, flooding. There are different therapy that you can use in managing phobias. Phobias are, I also do not like rodents, so I try to avoid them. But of course, if it's something that really creeps under your skin, and if I want to add at this phase, but somebody may say, at what stage do you get into therapy? When it starts affecting your productivity, right? When it starts affecting your interpersonal relationship, when it starts affecting your activities of daily living, there's a problem. But if it's just, once in a while you see rodent, you run away, or you use insecticide and whatever, you manage, right? So that is a stopgap. But when you start eroding into your productivity, your interpersonal relationship, and of course, your activities of daily living, you need therapy for it. And I must say, sadly, there are some people that are dealing with some phobias that they may have to be on medication. Because by the time we do a full detailed assessment, we find out that, I have phobia for this, but there are other issues that we need to resolve before, looking into the main crux of the matter. So yes, so try the stopgap, avoid them, kill when you have to kill. But if it is affecting you deeply, yeah, there's therapy for it. Therapy, everybody deserves to have a therapist or and a coach. Don't look at the people that it has to be what Nollywood is telling us. You have to be on the road, you have to wear dirty clothes, you have to eat from the trash. No, that's not what mental illness is all about. The people you see on the road, they are just 1% of those that have mental illnesses. All of us on this platform and those that have exited, people around you that are all well dressed, looking good. 99% of us, some of us are taking antidepressant this morning, some of us are taking antipsychotic, some of us are taking anxiolytic, but they are there, they are productive, they are delivering, and you're wondering why, it's the people on the street. Like I said, it's 1%, 99% is us. So let us be more compassionate and be kind to the people we meet on a day-to-day basis, because we do not know their struggles.
Thank you so much, Matt. I mean, today has been wonderful. The last 2 hours has been wonderful. I would say that for myself, and I believe I'm also speaking on behalf of the audience. Thank you so much, Dr. May. This has been amazing. Honestly, you can tell. Is it blush? I don't know. I'm just really happy. Thank you so much, Ma. So to my beautiful audience, Madam Dr. May, I keep calling you Madam. Madam Dr. May, let's just use it like that.
Yeah.
So she mentioned something during her presentation. She said when we were speaking about creating a vision, right? Visualizing the next 365 days. So this links me to next year, right? The
Yeah.
academy this year has been an amazing year. And I know we've had audiences, from I think about June, July when we started, that have been really, a part of us, joining our webinar sessions every month. And next year is also going to be really amazing. We would be touching base on topics, just like this, topics that are really, really important, not just in our personal lives, but also in our professional lives. And we're starting next year with vision casting. Our guest speaker will be talking of vision casting, right? So it literally links. When you were talking about it, Dr. May, I was excited, like, okay, my dear audience, we are started. So just join us again in January so we can get into vision casting for 2025, right? Let us set that pace, let's set the pattern, let's just, work towards having an amazing 2025. Yeah, I also want to mention that, yes, you can follow us on our social channels, official NESG Academy on X, Twitter, and Instagram, and then the LinkedIn page, NESG Academy. We drop a lot of information there, webinar sessions, screenshots from sessions. Even the one with Dr. May is going to be put up there. YouTube, yes, please watch again. And I know that we all registered, to join the session. I will be sending this link, with a thank you note, of course, to everybody, so that you can always go back during the holidays, go back and watch all those techniques and everything that Dr. May mentioned. Work, draft it out like I did. Go back and just make the most of it. I really want to say thank you so much, Ma. I really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I you know what? After this, Ma, I think I'm reach out. I'm
Not a
maybe too
problem.
excited.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
everyone.
so much,
You
Ma.
have
Thank
a
you.
lovely
This has
holiday. Compliment of the season, everyone, and you have a lovely holiday. Bye for now.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to see. Looking forward to seeing everyone. January for our vision casting session. It would be nice to have you all on board. Thank you.